Now, it's been an ongoing concern ever since the Grenfell fire more than 3 years ago. Cladding that could pose a dangerous risk to those living in high-rise buildings. Today, the scale of the issue became clearer, with hundreds of the developments needing round-the-clock protection. Caroline Davies has been speaking to one resident who says he feels unsafe in his own home.
More than 3 years since the Grenfell Tower fire, some Londoners are still finding out that they have potentially dangerous cladding. Edmund's block were told in September.
We've been told that there are quite probably problems with these panels.
His block does not have the same type of cladding as Grenfell, but it's still potentially non-compliant. There are also worries about the insulation and missing cavity barriers. The block now has a 24-hour patrol, walking the corridors to tell residents immediately if there's a fire, known as a waking watch. If there is a fire, residents have been told to get out rather than stay put. They don't know how much it might cost to repair the block or who will pay.
I haven't really slept properly, just worrying about not only whether I have to pay to fix this and whether I might go bankrupt or maybe lose my flat, but also the fact that it just really doesn't feel safe being here.
One Housing, who run the block, say they have applied to the government fund to help cover the cost, but can't use their own funds as they're a charitable organisation.
This block is just one of hundreds in London where they've been told that if there's a fire, they should no longer stay put. And that number is going up. In March, there were 286 blocks in London where the stay put policy had been revoked. Now, that number sits at 425.
Not all of these blocks will have cladding problems, but as more checks are being done on residential blocks, more problems are being found. Today, the London Assembly discussed cladding and heard from the head of the London Fire Brigade. He said that the brigade visit every block with a waking watch every couple of weeks.
There's a considerable burden in London where this is an ongoing issue and ties up our resources, and is likely to do so for the long term because, again, going back to Dave's point, whilst it is disappointing that we still need to have these waking watches in place, there is very often no other alternative to ensure residents are safe in that building.
A spokesperson for the government said it's their priority to make sure people are safe and feel safe in their homes, which is why they're providing £1.6 billion to speed up the removal of unsafe cladding. But as the number of problem blocks grow, how far will that money go? Caroline Davies, BBC London.